So hello everyone, I have a demo of the current DDP approach which is being used over polling. So I'm going to show a few examples over here which are listed over here. I'm going to test all the examples. So let's start with the part where I'm going to ask some questions to my Openclaw. It's an image in this image. So if it is able to answer this question using the image models which I've added, so it should answer. Once it answers, I'll ask it a cross question depending upon what response it generates using this audio message. Now, as you guys can see, I've also created I'll create a group chat over here. Okay, let me name it chat with law. I'll add our bot as a member over there. It's this bot. So I'll make a public chat over here. So yeah, we can ask her what questions here. We can expect the response anytime now. The response might be a bit delayed because right now the only member is the bot, so it replied over here, and the image response might be delayed a little bit because the model is not super powerful. If you use a better model over here, you can instantly generate a response with the help of image models. So yeah, the response has been generated now. It showed me basically whatever was in that image. Now I'm going to ask it, can you explain me the difference between all these Linux packages? As a Linux beginner, what package is being used in my machine? I use Linux Fedora, and why is it being used and how it affects my daily usage as a Linux user? So I'm going to ask this question. Let's see what it responds. So yeah, it responds instantly. Linux families, target, how they're installed, DB, RPM, Fedora images. Since you are running Fedora, so it was able to understand the entire conversation pretty quickly because it's also using the Whisper CLI over here, which is pretty quick. As I said, the image models are dependent here. So yeah, let's try and explore the group chat over here. I'm going to ask some questions here. Let's test it with a GitHub skill. So I'll ask it to open a PR and also merge a PR quickly from my GitHub. So yeah, I have this repo over here. First I'll ask it to like create a PR maybe, or do we have a branch here? We have a branch. Okay, we already can open PR. I'll open a stale PR over here. It's already like some readme commits. So let's create this pull request. I'll ask my Openclaw to merge this as there is no specific changes other than the readme. So I'll ask it to sort of merge this PR, my clawbot. So can you get me the status of this PR first? What is it about? And how is it useful? Okay, the PR is still being created. It has been created. It is ready to merge. So first of all, I'll ask my clawbot if it can figure out the summary of the PR so that it gets easier for people to merge it as they would know without really opening the link. I'll prepare my message till then. Can you this PR to main branch? Mentioning our clawbot, as only then it will be able to respond and perform tasks. So it should now be able to fetch a good description for you. Audio flow repository updates the readme and mark the resumption of work on the project. Cool. Can you merge this PR now? if it is able to merge the PR, then it's probably able to use the GitHub skill very well, because it's one of the tasks which, okay, so it's successfully merged. Now I can see that the PR is now not present here. Did it actually give us the link? Let's just open this here directly. So as you can see, the PR is also merged. So now we can move to a few different tasks, which includes reminders, cron jobs, and email management. So I'll ask Open this to first fetch the 5. Although I'm sharing it in a group, I could ask it in a DM as well, but I'm asking it in a group chat over here just to demonstrate how it can work in a group chat. So to fetch the 5 latest emails from my inbox using my skill. So yeah, I am going to ask it to fetch the latest emails using the Himalaya skill. Till then, I have a good example of how it can also be useful in preparing the tea time messages, which the task which can be automated over here. Although I don't know if it's very recommended to automate that task, but it's something which I believe that can become more easier if we use Openclaw bot inside Rocket.Chat, which could prepare a message and also send the message to the group chat. So till the server is loading over here, I'm going to copy paste the tea time template over here, and I'm going to ask it to create a new template for this Friday with our topic, and I'm going to ask it to also post it to the chat, like mentioning all of the people. So the tea time template is over here. I'm going to copy the entire template and close the server back. I have this bot on. I'm going to ask it to modify it. Can you modify it? Till then I have given it a task, I think, which is to fetch the latest emails. Again, it's using the Himalaya skill. Let's wait until it fetches all the emails. So we'll try and modify this a little bit. Can you modify this topic to what happened Indian politics recently, how CJP led the resignation of the Education Minister of India. Properly into the message and post the message. Wait a minute, long in session. The model keeps timing out. Again, a model specific issue, but it should be able to fetch the emails. If it's not able to fetch emails, we'll try it again. But yeah, this job it should do pretty well, which is the adding a new topic, message for this Friday, and post it in group channel, chat with after 30 seconds mentioning mind all. Let's see it's able to do that or not. Ideally it should add a cron job, but it probably might send the message directly, as I did not mention it to do that. But let's just see if it's going to add a cron job or directly send it. So first thing, right now it's also processing my emails as well. So there is a chance that we can probably have some concurrency issues at this point, because I told it to process multiple tasks at the same time from multiple windows, which is probably an issue which I could probably work on. But other than that, we can expect it to perform the task pretty well. Let's see what it does now. Okay, we can expect a cron job or maybe the emails to be fetched pretty quickly. Don't have any issues. Okay, the API requests are sort of being utilized here. This thingy has been scheduled. Okay, cron job has been added. It failed and it added again itself again. It already debugged maybe what the issue was. So I have now been posted like entire okay. No issues. You can probably restart the Openclaw and then check it again. But ideally it should be able to like perform the task pretty well. Okay, then this is timing out. Okay, cool. We can see the message now with the updated topic, which is led to the resignation from the everyday subscription, join us casual essentials. Okay, it basically just updated the topic over here as I just said it to modify the message. Okay, but yeah, if you prompt it the better way, it will probably be able to update the entire message. Maybe some hallucination happened here, the model did not understand what really was required to be done here, but as we write a better prompt over here, the better response we can expect from a model. Maybe we could just prepare a draft and then send it over so that we know what we are sending before reading it. So yeah, moving on to the next task, which was the email fetching task. I could probably ask it in a DM for that again, which is first of all checking if the model is up or not. And the last task for the day is email management. If it is able to do that well, then it's the email skills are also working fine. First of all, I'm going to send an email, an AI generated email, which is also a SaaS sort of a thing. Maybe the cron jobs are running. Let me just see if these tail cron jobs are running or not. Okay, let me remove these tail cron jobs if they are for reminders. Cool. I'm going to restart the bot and I'm going to ask it to do something, the email management. Okay, it's going to restart. Now it has restarted. Cool. Now we can test a bunch of things. Okay, basically it did set up every 30 seconds it was sending a cron job. So now I'm going to ask it to write an email for my college authorities college to guide me for the process refund management for the security as I have decided to leave the college dorm and so yeah, draft email for me first, then I'll okay, now it's more like an email management task, which it should do very well. Again, it's an AI, it's able to draft a very good email over here, although it's a small email with everything which you could ask for. So add just name for now, which is other details I will add later. So yeah, now send this email to it's the skill that the user might install, so they know that the email sending skills is this. Now I'm going to keep my emails open so that we can see it in real time being sent, being received for this specific email I want to send the email to. So now I can just expect the email anytime to be sent. An email sent to Karthik Doda to 86. Okay, the email seems correct. So yeah, we have received the email in real time. Of course, it's not great considering, but it was able to like send the emails if you prompt it the better way, if you check out the drafts properly, and before sending anything. The AI can be better and the prompts can be better over here. But yeah, moving on to the last task. I think we had any other task left. So the reminders are good, clones are good, email management is working. You can ask it to also like fetch 5 emails maybe from my inbox. Okay, I can ask it to via the voices. Can you fetch the latest 5 emails from my inbox using the Himalaya skill and list it down in a very clean and a key point format? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not very much in a habit to use it, but you could directly ask it in an audio message as well instead of typing chats all the time. But I have been testing it with chats, and also with the audio it's not super clear. It doesn't really like it understands your audio with simple like let's say if I want to add some coding or some email management task or something. Okay. Can you fetch the latest 5 emails from my inbox using the Himalaya skill? I'll ask you to try again. If it's not able to do that, maybe Himalaya skill is not configured very well or maybe properly. I can reconfigure it, but it should be able to do that. It is sometimes either if it stays idle for some time, maybe there is some cold start issue that I have apparently faced with this model. But it is free, so I've been using it, and it is the fastest alternative considering the fact I cannot run very strong or big models on my machine. So yeah, the recording has been pretty big, but it contains every single thing it should ideally contain, even more than that, which I was not able to show during the demo day, but it is able to perform all the tasks which we can expect the Openclaw integration to perform. Basically here the connector is sort of not failing in any point, but your model might fail, and your model can be the sole reason of not all the failures. And the second reason that could be a reason for your failures over here would be the configuration that has been done with the Openclaw. The user has to configure it super well so that it doesn't throw any errors. You have to write MD files properly. So I have decided a task to also write like a proper good user manual for my GSOC project for the Rocket.Chat Openclaw users. So I'll provide it as well. But I think it should be able to do that. Let me just maybe restart it. Yeah, it was able to do that. Not the very cleanest format, but it is able to do that. As you could see, these are the emails which I have received. Bridgemind official, Google developers, code forces. I can confirm it as well from here. Nothing has been mocked here, and like these are the emails: Discord, Bridgemind, Google developers, code forces. It is able to fetch all the recent emails which I had. So yeah, these are the demos which I have kept till now for testing everything, and maybe the concurrency is the one thing which I have to work on for the next steps, and a bunch of other things as well which I have, including the UX, including the auth over here. So bunch of these things, plus I'm going to test it with better models if I might get access to better models or paid models in future. But till now, these are the things which I have worked on, and in the rest of the time which I have before the GSOC period ends, I have decided to like improve the UX, work on all the failure edge cases so that it explains the users properly if something fails. I know it's been a very long video, but I feel like it was very important to show all the tasks in one video. And yeah, that's it. Okay.